Music in the Cafe, a Lukanette alternate universe month-long fanfiction. Each day will be based on a writing prompt from the Lukanette September 2019 calendar. I do not own this calendar. I will be linking the Tumblr post I found it in the description box below. Thank you for reading, listening, or watching. Please enjoy. Day 17. Protection. It had been a week, and Luka wanted to rip his hair out. The number of times Lila had tried to pull a move on him was insane. Luckily, the event was today, so they could just leave and he could get away from Lila as soon as possible. A burst of heavy knocks were heard, and Luka sighed. "Luka!" Lila cooed. He got up and opened the door, plastering on a pleasant smile. "We need to head out," she said excitedly. Luka looked at his watch. "I thought we were setting up at 1, he asked, as the watch had read at 12:17. The venue was only 10 minutes away. "Yeah, but we should start setting up early to make sure everything is perfect," Lila said. Luka shrugged. "That would be a good impression." "Okay, we can go," he said. Lila clapped her hands together and spun on her heels to head out of the hotel. Yesterday, Luka had visited the company that Mavis worked for. They were nice, giving him a tour of the building and their process. It wasn't like Mavis had prepared them for a tour, so more or less that's how they operated. He met the director that worked above Mavis. He was pleasant, a little pushier than Mavis to join them, but very honest and open about the whole company. The company would do a lot for his career, ins with radio studios and everything. Even just one mildly popular song would really boost him up in the music industry. Now, all there was to decide was whether or not it was worth it. Once Luka got to the venue, he called the florists and caterers and other companies to come and begin to set up. He scanned the area and began to plan out in his head where everything would go. Within 10 minutes, workers began to arrive and followed Luka's every order on where to set up tables, stages, and buffet lines. Instead of hounding Luka and shattering in his ears, Lila was running around managing decorations. He was thankful for that since he did not have any interior design skills. Because it was a formal event, the couple hosting had requested the event planners to dress up nicely too. Luka wore a navy blue suit and black dress shoes. It would be a lie if he said that he was a dressy person. His everyday attire was a t-shirt and jeans, though Marinette would probably make a quick change to that. Lila, however, looked way more in her element, comfort zone, and looked way more natural than he did. She wore a dark purple dress with cap sleeves, complete with a silver necklace and earrings to match. The only thing that gave away her being the event planner and not a guest to the party was the fact that she was there so early and running around like mad. Luka tugged at the dress shirt slightly. He was not a formal dresser. This was uncomfortable. "No, that's not how you set up the sound system," Luka cried when he spotted a probably new worker jamming random aux cords into a speaker. The entertainment was supposed to be extravagant. There would be a piano player softly providing background music as people arrived, and then a jazz singer as dinner was served, and then finally a string quartet as the speakers came on. He looked wistfully to the stage as he helped the workers set up. Oh, that was the job he wanted. Not to hire them and plan the event, but to play music and wow people with it. "No! The pink roses go on the round silver tables. The blue orchids go on the square white tables. Just 5. Not all to one side." Lila's frantic voice rang throughout as she panicked and adjusted the flowers to make them perfect. As bothersome as she could be, Lila was good at her job. Well, maybe not the paperwork, but definitely at the real thing. The ballroom looked magnificent. Her specific way of organizing flowers in a vase made everything look so put together. Little touches she made, like sheer crystal sheets on walls, made everything look brighter and sparkle. They would no doubt get a great review on the appearance. Lila had worked her magic. While the host and guests finally arrived, everyone marveled at how it looked. Luka smiled to himself. It was his first high-end, formal event, and even though he didn't care much for the job, he was proud of how it came out. Maybe that's why people normally came and went into the event planning business. Luka? A voice was heard from behind him. It wasn't Lila, and he didn't really know anyone else here, so it was probably one of the employees. He turned around to see the hired jazz singer. She was wearing an emerald dress and her hair was curled up in a 50s fashion. Hi. He vaguely recognized her, but couldn't quite place a name to face. I'm Grace. Mavis introduced us yesterday, and though I was in my street clothes then, she explained. Luka's eyes went wide, and soon a smile crossed his face when he remembered her. Oh, hello! I didn't know you were the singer hired, Luka said. Grace laughed. Yeah, I work with a jazz studio now, but I got my start with Mavis. You should definitely stick with them, Grace advised. Luka nodded. I'd like to, but moving here to New York is a big change that I still need to think about it. Oh, that's right. You're from Paris. Yes, my whole family's still there. It would be very much worth it to move here in New York, though. I'd love to follow my dreams and see where they take me. You do that. Stay ambitious. It'll get you far. Grace waved goodbye and went to probably go warm up somewhere else. Luka thought over her words for just a second before he was called to adjust lights on the stage. Oh, the banners are twisted and the fourth table is a flower short. Somebody fix the plate. The spoons are not in order. Lila was quietly but harshly ordering around the staff to fix each little thing. Luka sighed and began to turn the lights side to side. I wonder what Marinette's doing. Well, Marinette wasn't really doing anything interesting. She was sleeping. It was 12 a.m., but if you say skipped a good 15 hours later, then something was happening. She and Tiki was cleaning. Starting from the bottom floor, Marinette and her red-headed friend made their way up. There was only one place left to clean, Marinette's bedroom. What even is this? Tiki said, bewildered at an old tatter book. Marinette snatched it from her. Aw, it's my year 4 fashion diary. I drew all my outfits that year and then wrote about how I changed them or why I liked them. Marinette smiled, flipping through the book. I see your love of ladybugs runs deep into your roots. Tiki laughed, pointing to a dress with a felt ladybug on the front. Marinette playfully rolled her eyes. Oh, I remember this blouse. I fell into mud that day and never wore it again, Marinette hummed, flipping the page over. My ballet years, Marinette said happily, continuing down memory lane. At that, Tiki had stopped organizing and came to look at the book over Marinette's shoulder. Ballet? She said with a raised eyebrow. Marinette laughed at her disbelief. After so many falls, my parents thought that I can use some grace, so ballet I did for 2 years. And yes, I still fell and tripped a lot. It really didn't do much for me. Marinette shook her head. Dancing was fun, but it was intense. A clumsy little girl like Marinette had no place in the studio. Harsh? Yes. But was it true? Also yes. Ooh! Those little ballet flats! Did you never get to point? Tiki cooed. Marinette shook her head, laughing. I fell enough on my flat foot. It'd be crazy of them to tell me to stand on only my toes. Marinette smiled fondly at the memory of watching the older girls dance on the tip of their toes. They're so graceful and perfect. 2 things that Marinette had major trouble with. Tiki stood up and raised both hands in a circle above her head. It was a typical ballet form. She began to run around the room on her toes, pretending to dance, while Marinette just lay on the floor laughing. I can't dance, Tiki laughed at the end of her charade. Don't worry, Marinette said. I can't either. The 2 years did nothing for me. The two girls kept laughing and looking through the old book full of drawings. Wow, so that's why you're so good at drawing, Tiki said when they turned to the last page. Marinette laughed and thanked her for the compliment. I forget, Tiki asked, pointing to the small wooden door in the corner. Marinette crinkled her eyebrows and pursed her lips to a side. Had they cleaned the closet? I feel like we just did. I'll check, though. She got up and opened the door. It was just a bunch of old coats and jackets and cardigans. Dark as can be, though. There were no light bulbs. Although one thing was on the ground, and it reflected the light. A cardboard box with a protective seal on it. She cocked her head slightly and squinted at it to read, as if there were a label or something that indicated that she opened it before. Is there anything? Tiki asked. Marinette sharply turned around and shook her head. Nope, she said to Tiki before looking back at the box. There was something written on it. 5/29 was written on the seal. What? She had to take a look at that when Tiki left. Was this a package from her past self that she forgot about it? Or was it just a random box? Whatever it was, it piqued the curiosity in her mind.